Hey y'all, no Ingle here, no Jumbo Ingle. That's right, the one and only, no Ingle, no Jumbo Ingle. This is Today in Politics. I'm announcing that I'm going to be doing a series of videos on how I got arrested falsely, I might add, and ended up in Kansas City, Missouri. This series is called My Road to Kansas City. This is Today in Politics. And secondly, I'd like to add that I believe some people are stealing my work, and those people being Miss Jasper and Miss Morehouse, and they're calling it a prank or some crap, and trying to put it on television when they did not have my permission or consent to do so. No, they did not. I never put anything in writing for them to do that. No, I did not. I never signed anything for that either. And eventually, after I sue Judge Poe, I'll get to that. And I'll probably end up suing them over my work, because it's called plagiarism, basically. And they're trying to say it's their work when it's really my work, and they're lying, as usual. So, that's my opinion on it. So, anyways, let's get into my road to Kansas City. This is about how I was arrested falsely in Stone County, Missouri. I was arrested on these bogus charges right around the time Trump, the first time, in 2017, Trump had assumed the White House. I still refuse to call him a president because he lied to become president. We all know this. And his little patsies lied for him. They did. And those in Branson lied for him. And down in Missouri, they lied for him. See, these Republican patsies. So that's why I refuse to acknowledge him as a president. So in 2017, and that's when I was falsely arrested shortly after he assumed the White House. And he occupied the White House. That's when I began all these additional legal battles for me, you see. See, I had sent Judge Blankenship, the judge that signed my arrest warrant, one of those cease and desist letters, you see. And according to what one of the guards said to me, I distinctly remember him coming back into panic and saying, "Those letters you sent made what we did illegal to you." Which is interesting, isn't it? While it is true that I have state-appointed guardian, who is my sister, and only my sister, I got railroaded into that as well. That's a long story, and that'll be another video. See, when I was arrested the first time, I was taken to Cox North, Springfield, Missouri, for a mental health hold, for an evaluation during that time frame, and I was diagnosed with anxiety there. After a few days at Cox North, where the psychiatrist there kept asking me who the president was, and I told him, because I thought what his face was whatever. I didn't know any better because of what I saw on the news in Missouri. I was released back to Stone County, and at my first court appearance, which was my arraignment, Judge Blankenship read my Miranda rights to me, only because after they found out that another inmate got off on a technicality that there was no Miranda rights read to him, and he told me this. And they didn't want me getting off on that, see. So, anyways, they read them to me after the fact. After the fact that I was held for around 10 to 15 days with the, without having the Miranda rights read to me in their custody. And I was injured, physically, when I was arrested. They, threw me to the ground with force, which I thought was excessive. They didn't need to throw me to the ground, those deputies, just because I raised my arm and pointed to across the street. No, they did not. You know, they're lying too, just like the rest of the Republicans down there. And, you know, they threw me to the ground, placed the handcuffs on me too tight. By the time I got to the Justice Center, was what they call it, in Stone County, they, my hands were black and blue. And, anyway, a little bit of bone, as you can see, I don't know, right there, where my finger is, that had been chipped. And I never got medical attention for it. So, anyways, after my first arraignment, when I was taken back, I was released back to my mother. Now, I was charged with Class A misdemeanor elder abuse in the 3rd degree and domestic assault in the 3rd degree because I was living with my mother. And, you know, she was in like 70-something at the time. And, you know, with that said, there was nothing going on, you know, nothing like that. I was taking care of my mother, elderly mother, basically. And she was working, but she still needed help around the house. And, you know, I was also filing a lot of lawsuits. And that's why they arrested me, to try and make me stop suing places, basically. And that didn't work. So, with that said, I'm probably going to stop there, make it a shorter video than I had anticipated. Because I don't want to get too long into it. But they arresting deputies, and when they booked me into Stone County, they even said, they asked me, they said, you know you're being arrested falsely, right? And I agreed, and then they had me change into jail clothes and sent me back to the medical cell with no television. Interesting, isn't it? So, I kind of feel like I was kidnapped by Stone County at that time frame, and unlawfully held, because, you know, at that time frame, I was held on a 24-hour investigative hold, and I didn't know what the charges were, why I was being held. Well, next day I found out when they gave me my warrant, and then they shipped me off in Cox North and brought me back and blah blah blah. So, anyways, that's in part how I ended up in jail and got arrested the first time, and I'm still working on those charges. The misdemeanor's been dismissed, but the felony's still pending, and they said they would dismiss that, but they haven't, and they lied about that too. So, anyways, that's all I got for now in this series of videos I'm gonna do. So have a good evening, y'all. This is Noel Engel, and today in politics.